Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, fantastic news. Donald Trump announced an hour ago, while he was visiting Kennedy's center, that tomorrow afternoon he will release about 80,000, that's all of the Kennedy files. So Trump, I have here a video for you, says, I'm going to release all the remaining Kennedy files, which are about 80,000 of them. I have here Donald Trump, a short video clip, where he's going to announce that. He's going to be asked a few questions, and we're going to discuss what can we expect from the 80,000 files. He said he will try not to redact anything. Probably he will redact some. So we're going to discuss and see what are your expectations, what do you think we'll find out, why were they sealed for so long, and why they feel so comfortable to release them now. All right, let's start with the video, with the clip.
So we're at the Kennedy Center. Needs a lot of work. We're going to fix it, make it beautiful. It's a very big part of the fabric of D.C. and the Capitol. We're bringing back the Capitol. We're bringing back our country. But while we're here, I thought it would be appropriate. We are tomorrow announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this.
All.
And I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow. We have a tremendous amount of paper. You've got a lot of reading. I don't believe we're going to redact anything. I said, just don't redact. You can't redact. But we're going to be releasing the JFK files, and that would be tomorrow. Do you have anything else to add to that, Carolyn? So that's a big announcement. They've been waiting for that for decades. Then I said during the campaign I'd do it, and I'm a man of my word. So tomorrow you have the JFK files. What time will they be released?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon, okay.
Have you seen what's in the files? Have you read them?
I've heard about them.
Was there,
Anything interesting?
It's going to be very interesting.
was there an executive summary supplied to you, Mr. President?
No, I'm not doing summaries. You'll write your own summaries. It's many pages. Is it 80,000 pages? Approximately 80,000 pages. So it's a lot of stuff. And you'll make your own determination.
You have criticized.
You're going to make your own determination. So, what's your determination? What do you expect out of that? Well, I have here two conspiracy theories that were floating around that I'm aware of, probably more than that. But these were the ones that, to me, seemed, very interesting. I can't really say too much because we are on YouTube. So the first one is, who do you think assassinated John F. Kennedy? All right, you might say Oswald. Okay. And who assassinated Oswald? Oh, Mr. Rubinstein. Not Rubinstein. Yeah, he was a Zelensky Stein. Anyway, so I will show you two conspiracy theories here that you should not believe. You should not believe. They're just, saying. All right? I'm going to start with the first one. I will use this not because I believe in these guys or anything like this. I just read the title to you. When a US president demanded inspections of a nuclear facility in the Middle East and failed. In July 1963, do you remember when he was shot? I think it was what? October? November? What was it? In July 1963, President Kennedy demanded of a newly elected Israeli Prime Minister that he allow U.S. inspectors of the Israeli nuclear facility at Dimona to make sure that the plant was devoted exclusively to peace purposes. U.S. support for Israel would be seriously jeopardized if the US could not get information on doings at the facilities. Kennedy stated his demands in a letter to Levi Eshkol, dated July 5, 1963, less than 10 days after Eshkol became Prime Minister of Israel. So he was very on it, like a dog in heat. The document is in the Israel State Archive and is online at the National Security Archive in a section titled Israel and the Boom. Dear Mr. Prime Minister. Got it? Secret. So this is the first one, and you connect whatever dots you want. I'm not saying you should. I just give you information. So he wanted to inspect it, but he didn't get a chance. And then, if you remember, it was that war where we have the USS Liberty. Remember that incident? But who was the president then? It was Lyndon Johnson. And Lyndon Johnson called off the American warplanes to defend the USS Liberty. And they were attacked for about how much? 2 hours or something? 80 people, casualties and so on. So, all right, that's the first, this do not believe that. Do not. That's an order. And the other one is this. Are you aware of this one? Executive Order 11111111110. So Executive 11110 was issued by U.S. President John F. Kennedy on June 4, 1963. June. And this is when? June? Where was that? July. All right. This executive order amended Executive Order 10-289, dated September 17, 1951, by delegating the Secretary of the Treasury the President's authority to issue silver certificates under the Thomas Amendment of the Agricultural Adjustment Act as amended by the Gold Reserve Act. The order allowed the Secretary to issue silver certificates if any were needed during the transition period under President Kennedy's plan to eliminate silver certificate and use Federal Reserve notes. Now, when I'm not saying anything, I'm just giving you information, is for you to study further. Some people say this is nothing burger. Okay, nothing. But after Kennedy issued this order 11-11-0, after he was assassinated, I think within 24 hours, the newly sworn-in president, Mr. Lyndon Johnson, a piece of garbage, as you know, he annulled that. He just annulled that, I know the exact term, but he stopped it. He said, okay, we're just going to rescind, I don't know if that's the word, of 11-11-10. John F. Kennedy. Now, what do you expect to see in these 80,000 files? I don't expect to see anything, personally, because if they allow that to be released, do you think that? I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories with CIA, FBI, military industrial complex, there's guys in the Middle East and the mafia and so on. And many conspiracy theories. I'm not going to go into them because I don't believe any. I think Oswald killed him. All right? Unfortunately. Now, what's going on over here? So I don't expect, if these guys gave the green light to Trump to release it, then that means it's nothing. Why? Let's say they say what most people think. Even Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who said, I keep my word. When he said I'm a man of my word, is because he said in the campaign because of Robert F. Kennedy, mostly. He said, I think the CIA killed the CIA. We don't know. Do you think that, let's say tomorrow, when they are released, we're going to find out CIA did it? Let's say, do you think that it will stand? I mean, I will be very surprised if the documents will say, yes, it was Tom Jones from the CIA with Michael Jackson from FBI and with, James Brown from, general in the army. Let's say. Plus, Itzhak Rabin and Al Capone, to mention all the culprits over here. So, I don't think we'll hear anything. That's why they're released. Do you think that if you find out something of really importance, do you think that this guy will be allowed to do it? I don't think that he has this much power. That's the first one. Now, if this is the argument, if there's nothing, my dear Emil, why did they seal it? Well, to protect the names of investigators that are all dead right now and people associated with the investigation and with all this. Do you think so? I mean, after all, it's just Oswald. He's dead. He's just a lone wolf, we were told. So why do you need to seal it? Why did you need to seal all those things, all the names? It was just Oswald, who was by Mr. Rubinstein. Doesn't make sense, does it? I personally, I have this theory. I'm not a baboon, but I shot a rifle in my life, all right? Automatic rifle, not automatic rifle, scope, doesn't matter. And I shot live things, okay? So I know when the bullet gets inside of you or hits you, let's say in the head goes in a certain direction, and you immediately can identify the direction where the bullet came from. It's very easy. It's very easy. Okay, so if the bullet comes from there and hits the head will not go that way. That's for sure. I understand. Now, if it hits in the head, in the chest, could go like this. But if it hits in the head is gonna go there, right there, like that. Right? And so you know exactly the trajectory of the bullet. How many bullets were over there? Do you think it was that guy chick, right from the little, I don't know the story? I don't think so. Why? I don't have any evidence. I'm not saying it was not. I have great doubts that a guy, yes, he was in the military, he was a sniper here and there. I have to remind you, the Soviets, how do you call it? They reenacted with live ammunition the whole Kennedy shutout with their experts, and they barely did it. I think it's still on YouTube, the Russian experiment, to see if they can do it. And the conclusion was this: you have to be a very experienced shooter to use only one shooter, moving target in that direction, to be able to hit the target. Their snipers, who are the experts, from what I heard, Mr. Oswald was not an expert. All right, but nevertheless, I have my own beliefs that it was not how many bullets they said there were. I don't think it was only one shooter. That's my belief, as crazy as I am. But I have the right as a free human being to have doubts. I don't know who did it. I do not know who did it. But the conspiracy theory, the words conspiracy theories were initiated by FBI then. I think it was FBI, not CIA. FBI then. So whomever diverged from the official narrative with Oswald, he's the greatest, blah, 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 over there, then you are a conspiracy theorist. That's how the conspiracy theory came into the American lexicon, by FBI. All right? So I don't think it was one shooter. I don't think it was only that guy, or I don't know who that guy was actually, Oswald. It was just a sitting duck somewhere. I don't know. But I don't think we're going to find out with the remaining 80,000 files. That's just me. It's a conversation. There's nothing else. What's been done, it's been done. I'm pretty sure. Why? It's not that they would go and get Tom Jones, Michael Jackson, and James Brown. They're not going to get. They're all dead. So they made sure that when they were going to release this, the perpetrators, if they're going to name some, redacted or not redacted, they're all dead. It's all dead. The only thing is they already have prepared the narrative to save, not the Queen, to save the institution, the agency. That's the whole thing. The system must work. Do whatever you need to do. Use a screwdriver to tweak it here and there. It must be working. I remember how baboons these guys in America, the greatest country in the world, were in 2001. Actually, it was 2000, the elections between, if you remember, Al Gore and George W. Bush. Okay? So when that happened, and they wanted to recount the votes in Florida, first, I don't care who won because they're not our people. Both those guys, Al Gore and George W. Bush, are not our people. So I didn't give a shit. At that time, I didn't know that. But to me, it sounded suspicious that the judge in Florida stopped the counting of the votes to find out who actually won the recounting. He said, who actually is? And said, no, we can't jeopardize the system. And everybody, the newspaper said, the system works. The system works. Everybody go to work, shut the fuck up, and the system works. Yeah. Whew, that was a close call, man. Man, next time we have to discuss it. It's you now, and then it's me, and then you again. I mean, we discussed this already. That's how things went. I got to understand that later, in about 2 years. But the fact that the judge was not interested in finding the truth in the name of the system, so save the system by hiding the truth, the same here. FBI or CIA or the military industrial complex or whomever, they are already saved. All those 80,000 documents will probably name 1 or 2 names in the worst case scenario, but they already have the narrative written for you, ready for the media operatives to tell you what you should believe and who you should, like, there were some bad apples. Yeah. The system works. FBI are those guys that, and CIA are those guys that are portrayed in Hollywood movies by the Steins, okay? And you have to believe they're all, 6'5" with muscles, intelligence, suave. They kill everything. They're like jumping through fire and they fly and all that. This is what you need to know about the oppressive fucking system in your country. Well, you think FBI works for you? Okay, all right. And CIA works for you to defend you from Mossad? Yeah, some of them do that. But I think this is a agency, it's a state within a state. But anyway, we're going to find out tomorrow. I don't have expectations. And I said, if they come with names, they already have the narrative written to save the agencies. I guarantee you that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.